Welcome back. Boko Haram Islamists slaughtered 43 students as they sleep. It's one of the major headlines we've been seeing all week. Nigeria has issued an appeal to France and other Francophone countries, especially Cameroon, to help in the fight against Boko Haram insurgency. Information Minister Labaran Mako said much of the problem stemmed from its border with Cameroon, whose participation in the International Joint Task Force has been very weak. He warned that the attacks could harm French and other Western interests in West Africa if left unchecked. I'm not sure if that's the focus, but is this the solution to Boko Haram insurgency or shift of blame and lip service? It's your view, let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet at us, tweet to us at YourViewTVC. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Bottom line, we want to hear from Nigerians what your recommendations are as regards this Boko Haram, because 59 children are dead, point blank, and we can't, and this is no more a Jonathan war. This is Nigeria against Boko Haram. So we need to come out and give him suggestions and ideas on how to sort this thing out. So let me throw it at you first. I mean, the reason why I said Labaran Mako, the Francophone interest, that's really besides the point. Let's focus on what they can actually do to help us out. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me start with Jumoke.
Okay, I shouldn't focus on Labaran Mako's.
Oh, if you want to, go ahead, please.
Because the French president is supposed to be in Nigeria today and tomorrow, and so saying that our French interests in Nigeria are threatened, you know, I think is just throwing sentiments at them. What we really need to start to do first and foremost as a people is information gathering. Now, we know that these people are not from Nigeria. They usually come in from our borders, do their and then run away. So we need to do information gathering.
But I'm hearing things like the reports that we've been hearing are gathering that there were some security forces that were asked to leave. Like Nigeria, the military were actually they would leave at least 24 hours before the attack came. Now, if we hear those kind of reports, how do you then trust our own government or our own security forces?
My own suggestion is, I think we need to be honest as regards our fight against Boko Haram. Everybody needs to know that this is a fight for us all. That means the security forces, the people in that town, that you know somebody sneaks out and sneaks back in and you don't report to the authorities. We need to all know that we're collectively fighting a major demon that we need to
okay, so when we know, then what then do we do?
Then we can collectively fight it. You know, we need when we know, when we accept the fact that it is our own job, it is our children that are dying.
I read a book by this guy. I can't remember the name of the book now. Recently, the guy that was on exile, he came back, and Debo Bashir, I believe. And one of the things he was saying was that a lot of our army, military, soldiers are all from the north. Now, a lot of the Algaz, it's almost like a northern caucus, where you have all the northerners are the chief of army staff and all that. Now, my question is, where are these people? Because obviously they are Hausas and they're northerners. Where are they in this matter? Where is Babangida? Where are the the former military rulers? Where are they in this matter? Where is their stand? What do they stand for? Can we hear what they are saying? Can they come out to confront these issues and help Jonathan out? Or are they trying, with their silence, are they trying to say, oh, they're against?
That's what I'm saying. That are they really taking the ownership of the fact that this is a major crisis for us all to work against? Some people out there are just being suspiciously silent. We sense message of condone, that they condone this crisis.
Yes.
It's just obvious, really and it's within them. They are the ones in charge. It's under your area. You know, people that usually come and take rice from you every Salah, and you see them die, and you don't bother about it enough to stand up and say no press release over the past since this crisis took place. No press release from major stakeholders in the north.
Because I'm thinking that from what Tokwe is saying, you know, when President Jonathan was elected, some people came out and said that they were going to make the government ungovernable for him. And since then, you know, we've seen the Boko Haram attacks get worse. So it might be true, but also somebody else on this table said that there are people who have been displaced because Gaddafi, or who was the president of Libya then, because he used to use them. Now they're jobless, so they're just going terrorizing West African states, not just Nigeria. Now, my problem is
this. Did you hear about Boko Haram in any other West African states?
No, they said that they migrated from Niger, I hear. The ones that were killed, they actually identified that they weren't Nigerians. My issue is this. Nigeria is the major superpower in West Africa. We are at war. Forget that you're trying to protect some citizens. We are at war. That is what it is. So are you saying that our military cannot curb?
And I'm so happy that the word
I beg to differ.
This military thing has been going on and on. Obviously, it's not working. In simple terms, let's say the facts. It's not working. Now, what would work? There are some options that I think the government has not explored.
Okay.
AU. I've not seen them saying anything about this thing. This is our new president. That is the woman. Numaziko, whatever. I don't even know her full name.
From CAR?
From the AU, African Union.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're doing to help us out in this matter because they are the ones in charge of the entire African, all the bodies in the sub-Saharan African. They should at least help us send troops to monitor. That's one angle. Another argument I was watching on Al Jazeera the other day is that there are human rights violations that our own military
engaged in
hitting and killing the civilians. We hear that, we don't know how factual is that. But the point is that if you want to face facts, right, Kay, what do you think can be done?
You see, the first thing I want to say is we must remember, because you raised that point, is that the military were stationed by the school and they left like 24 hours before the attack.
Although they've denied it, that they never sent troops there. But
first and foremost, I will first arrest all those people that were supposed to be there, because I will look at them as suspects. I will first arrest them, then start to move forward from there. Another thing I think they should do is to secure all the borders in that area.
I think they said
the borders are very porous, because they keep on saying these people are coming from
Niger and Cameroon
and Chad.
Yeah.
And then there's another argument that says the oil that has been discovered in Chad is the cause of, so that we will not even be facing that oil, we will just be facing protecting our people. So there has been that kind of accusation.
Keeping in line with suggestions, I think this just brings us to community policing. You know, if that specific area was being protected by citizens of that area, specifically vigilantes,
we don't even know if the people are in support. You see, we don't know who is against.
That's an issue. That's the first one.
To just add to what she was saying, a few youths came out, I think late last year, and said, you know what, we're going to go house to house. Those kids were killed. You didn't hear the follow-up of the story.
So who exactly can we trust?
Boko Haram came one day and attacked all those youth vigilante groups and killed them.
I have Adewale on the phone. Good morning, Adewale. Are you there?
Hey, good morning,
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, Adieni.
Good morning.
Yeah. I think what we have in this country, unless we accept the fact that we are in a state of war, and the governor of Borno came out to say we are in a state of war. Someone come from village, just shut him down. To keep quiet. The man cannot keep quiet because our constitution say the government is chief security officer of the state. Even though we know that you don't have right to control even ordinary commissioner of police. The commissioner of police will take his order from the commissioner of police before you not take another from the inspector general of police. I think what is happening in Borno, Yobe, and Adama, especially in that northeast, is not good for our nation. All this general, they are saying in general in that north, they need to stand up now because they don't take time.
All the generals, Gowon is there. I mean, they're all there. They're just not saying anything.
They're all there. Obasanjo is there. Babangida is there.
From this. Because you know the amount they are budgeting for this military for this year, about 1 trillion naira. They are budgeted to fight this Boko Haram in this northeast alone. If you have 1.3 trillion naira.
Thank you so much, Adewale. Really appreciate your call. Thank you very much. I was listening to Radio Continental this morning, and somebody said something about we should have military governors in those states. The states that have been declared state under state of emergency, they should actually have signed military governors that is totally and completely under military rule. How come the sitting governors are still there?
No, I don't agree.
The sitting governors shouldn't be there.
When a state is,
the sitting president shouldn't be there.
No, listen.
Hold on,
when a state declared a state of emergency, it means they have ceded the powers of that state to military to handle it, because there's so much crisis that the governor can't handle it. So that definitely absorbs
Mora,
the power
but that's not constitutional. You're just saying what you think. No. That's not what is right. It doesn't unseat the sitting governor. We're in a democracy.
They do that. That's the standard.
That's the standard.
They're supposed to actually move completely.
Yeah.
But somehow the governors are still there.
Morayo, you raised the point that why aren't we inviting the AU and the UN? It's because the president has kept on saying that we're handling the matter. When the president kept on saying that we're tackling Boko Haram. So when you say to the international community, you're on top of the matter, they are not going to interfere in your internal affairs.
Okay.
When the US...
Let me talk to Shola. Good morning, Shola. Are you there? Thanks for calling. Morning.
Please, I beg you people, spare me just little time. Please, I know it's 1 minute, but please. We entered into this problem in 1973 by allowing strangers to invade the north in the name of censor. Wherever Gume tiger, we end up being destroyed by these tigers. We don't have the statistic of the true Nigerians who live in the north. That is the genesis of this problem. How do we approach this same problem that has now invaded Nigeria? There is a stage of war. Because Lagos is peaceful, we don't even know some of our friends that we have lost in the north. And you think they are there. You've not seen our friends for 20 years. They are gone unknown to you. We pray it will stop. Give it to Obasanjo. Armed robber invaded the West, Nigeria, in the name of Tijani Abani or whatever his name was then. Our border was shocked that this man should be arrested. We have enemies that is surrounding Nigeria unknown to us. Look at those armor tanks. Where do they get these things from? Those armor tanks that is being paraded. If that thing begins to launch its attack in the north, I can assure you, if we the West are not safe anymore.
Yes.
Please,
right.
These borders must be shut first. Let us see what comes out of it. These armor tanks are not just things that work on the road. They work on high sea. Come on, guys. It is enough for us now to say all these borders should be shut. Let businesses be
thank you so much, Shola. I really appreciate your call. I think the borders are being shut by. I think they say they're shutting down the borders.
You want
for the 3 that died, what the students said was like 9 Hilux trucks drove in.
Morayo,
yes.
How can they drive and we not see them? Are we truly fighting Boko Haram? Are we actually, honestly, in the hearts of our leaders, are they fighting Boko Haram?
Not the leaders, your military that are on ground.
They are not. They are not fighting Boko Haram. Well, okay, they are not fighting because if they are fighting, they are not invisible. A military armor tank is not invisible. It cannot drive and you will not see it.
There was no armor tank. It was the Hilux trucks.
Hilux truck
full of them.
Hilux truck, is it invisible? It can
exactly
drive and you will not hear the noise and the roar of 9.
The thing is that they were there for like 5 hours. And this is a state under emergency rule. There is no excuse. The military should be brought to question, whether we like it or not. Now, when we are talking about shutting the borders, you see, this is a border. But after the border, there is still... So it's all that area they have to... They have to secure all that area. They have to be military and then trustworthy military personnel, not the ones that are going to allow the Boko Haram.
Which is why I said the book I read has given us information that this military are infiltrated by a lot of these northern Boko Haram people, possibly also, so that even if they are the ones fighting for us, they're not necessarily fighting against Boko Haram. There's a strong possibility that actually some of them are sentimental towards the Boko Haram's fight.
You know, President Jonathan, was it last year or 2 years ago, said that, I think when he came into governance and the attack started, he said that his government had been infiltrated. Yes. So he needs to, if he's sure, if that's intelligence, that's where to start from.
He has sacked some people now. He has replaced a lot of people. Remember, in recent time he did that. Let's talk to Dan first. Good morning, Dan. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, the situation is really worrisome. But I think the first thing we should do really is to ensure that rather than concentrate, army barracks and the rest of them in Lagos and the rest, we should relocate a lot of these people to where the actions are actually happening. Let the army go to Borno, go to Yobe, go and settle there and handle this issue very seriously, instead of moving about in Lagos and other places. Even though Lagos needs to be secured, but I think that would be a first point to start from.
Thank you so much, Dan. All right, from yesterday's speech, let me throw something at you. In yesterday's speech from the president, he mentioned something about Mandela, and when he did that, and I thought to myself, okay, if we really want to go by what Mandela did as a president, personally, I don't think Jonathan should step down. I personally don't think he should, because it is right to run for re-election. But in view of what is going on with Boko Haram, and we want to emulate Mandela. Mandela didn't run for second office, for second term, simply because he needed the, he wanted the, is it AN or what's the name of that, his political group? ANC. To get themselves together and then run. That's where Thabo Mbeki was able to come in. Now, in the interest of this fact that we have 43 children are dead, or 59 children are dead, can the president, do you think, I'm throwing it at you now, do you think it would be appropriate for the president to say, you know what, yes, I want to run, but if these people are saying, they don't want me to be president, let me step down.
You know, I stand on that. I've even asked him to resign.
Are they saying that?
Well, part of their demands there was that they wanted an Islamic state and they wanted a northern president doing that. That was the demands then. But I'm saying that if these northerners are saying that they're going to make the government ungovernable for Jonathan,
the mistake of amalgamation.
We're not saying that he's been a coward. We're saying, you know what? In the interest of the lives of Nigerians, maybe we should just say, you know what, let me just step aside.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Can I ask you a question? Because you're saying, if they say they want a northern president, if they now say, okay, forever, we want a northern president that should be there, we should now bow down. You don't bow down to terrorists like that.
You don't even, I don't agree to blackmailing, in fact, that you want to Islamize, what's the word? You want to make Nigeria an Islamic state, and then you want northern presidents have been in power for so many years. I don't think that's the right way to go.
No, I don't care who rules Nigeria. Sorry, Tokwe. I don't care who rules Nigeria. Whether it is northern, a northern president, a southern, I don't care. Rule it properly. That's all we want. Yes, do your work.
That's all you want. You see, one, there are different ways to look at it. You cannot bow to terrorism because you don't want to seem as if you're a coward and you're letting them have their way. But also, you must consider the lives that are being lost. Now, if Jonathan wants to solve this problem, he should declare that he will not rerun, and he should let us have a proper confab. Confab is the solution that we can all come together and say, okay, we want to be together. We don't want to separate.
My point is that if Jonathan resigns today, do you think he'll be if he steps aside, do you think he'll be seen as a hero?
I think so. I will see him as an hero.
If he resigns,
I will.
If he resigns, I will see him. I will see him as a hero. That he has taken the interest of Nigeria over his own personal interest.
I will see him as an hero.
But then again, Morayo, where's the ECOMOG? Nigeria is very influential in the the military group in the West African states. We have gone to war in Sierra Leone. We have gone to war in Liberia. How can you say we can't secure our own home?
We are not fighting this battle. The military isn't fighting this battle. If they are really fighting it, we would have overcome this crisis.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to focus on this issue of ECOMOG you just raised. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right. The issue of ECOMOG, the reason why I wanted us to talk about it, because I was watching Al Jazeera and a few other stations, and one of the major issues internationally is the fact that it seems as if they don't trust the military, the JTF tag. They're not totally, these people are there, you've asked them to come and protect the lives of Nigerians, but it doesn't look as if they're really protecting us. So we need other forces, either the AU, the ECOMOG, the UN, sending troops, because these ones we know can secure, because we already, I think that almost 6-something people died, children died last year already. And with that, we already thought that all the schools would be secured, but somehow they weren't securing. So we need external forces to come in and help us with this thing.
And we mustn't forget about that rumor, and I don't even think it was a rumor, that there was a checkpoint there.
Yeah.
And they left 24 hours before the attack.
Mariah, so statistically, I heard just on TBC News yesterday that out of every 4 African, 1 is a Nigerian.
Yeah, that's no.
And that means we have the number. If we're truly dedicated to fighting it, we would have won this. But obviously, we cannot trust our military to handle it. Now, when they say Francophone interests should come and help out, maybe we should actually let them bring in their troops, because currently we've been using intelligence. We're not using, we didn't request for troops. Till now, we have not requested for troops because we actually have enough hands. But the president should realize that we cannot trust our hands. So let's bring in foreign bodies that are devoid of any bias towards military or towards Boko Haram to come and fight this thing for us. I think
that's why Francophone. Why not English? Because they were the colonialists.
We are Francophone.
They are all colonialists, all of them. Which one is
but we've seen that
actually colonized Nigeria.
French France is a better parent body than the British. British just came, exploited, and they left. Every country with French interests.
Don't say what you don't know, madam. Don't say what you don't know. Do you know what the French did in other African countries? Don't say what you don't know.
But they always step in when there's crisis. They always step in.
Don't say what you don't know.
Godwin's call. Good morning, Godwin. Are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
No,
yes.
Thanks to all of you in the studio.
Good morning, Jerry.
Yes.
You see, the war on Boko Haram cannot be won because we have insiders in the military.
Exactly what we're saying.
If this is not dictated, if you like, bring Obama, they will still have their way, this Boko Haram. President Goodluck Jonathan declaring or not declaring will not solve the issue.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That statements that were made in the past has given credit to this fight of this Boko Haram, making the country ungovernable. It's even possible that those that made the statement are not even part of what is going on. But because they have said it, if you look at the entire North, the way the killings are going about, who informed Boko Haram that military were withdrawn from that environment?
So, Godwin, how do we solve this? What is your own suggestion on this matter?
The thing is what the sister, the one by your left, we need foreign bodies. Mind you, our military has gone elsewhere to fight war and win.
God bless you, sir.
Because they are innocent. They don't know anybody.
Well, here.
If we want to win this war, we must bring strange people that does not know anybody. This is the only way out.
Point taken, Godwin. Thank you very much. Point taken. I think that's a very valid point. Because like you said, our troops have gone to Liberia, they've been to Mali, and they've gone there and they won. They've gone to and they won these things. But here, within our own country,
we solved the Liberia crisis that was on for so many years. Why can't we solve our own internal crisis?
Because our military is infiltrated by this Boko Haram.
Okay, so let us say that we are contributing to the UN. Every year we pay a certain amount, we contribute our troops also to the UN. So if we're honest enough to accept that we're unable to do this by ourselves and reach out to the UN and say, you know what, we need the UN forces from Britain, from the US, from other African states to help us with this. But we have been denying.
They don't want to end the crisis, Muriah. We're not honest. The first statement I made, are we really honest in our fight against Boko Haram?
We Southerners are honest now. We're not sure about the Northerners. That's the issue.
They are not, because if they really want to fight
I don't think you should make a general statement.
I question their integrity.
I abhor tribalism. I abhor it. So when you make general statement in the North, it's not.
I didn't say no. I said I'm honest.
Moriah said it. Look, there are individuals, certain individuals that have negative characters. You go and kill children. They may not even be Nigerians. There's an argument that it's not Nigerians doing it. So why are we saying Northerners again?
What I meant is that when you talk about trust, it seems as though that I shouldn't make a general statement because we never even know if some Southerners are behind this. Some of them are even trying to push for another president for one reason or the other. So we don't even know. So I shouldn't make a general statement. Let me take Wale's call. Good morning, Wale. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Wale, go ahead. Thanks for calling.
God bless you for the beautiful work you are doing.
Thank you.
You will receive your reward in heaven in Jesus' name.
Amen. What about here? Can we receive it here too?
Well, it is better for you to receive your mansion in heaven.
Okay, Wale, back to the matter. What's going on? Tell us. What are your thoughts on this?
I just want to, let me tell you, this fight by Boko Haram people is more entrenched and fundamental than we think. The president himself confirmed that even in the Federal Executive Council, among the core civil servants, that we have Boko Haram sympathizers. In the military, if you remember about 6 months ago, they said they arrested some traitors among the military in this northeast. So what happened to them? We have not had anything among them. They established a whole division, 7 divisions in Maiduguri, and in spite of that, the activity of Boko Haram is on the increase every day. Is that not a shame?
Very big shame.
The best solution is what Yemi has said. Let ECOMOG come here. Okay? It's a multinational troop. So they will come, they don't know anybody, they have no sentiment, no cultural affinity with them. They will root out everybody.
All right.
Because how can Boko Haram go to Air Force Base and work for DC for about 5 hours?
Exactly.
And be solved?
Thanks so much, Wale. You're right. You're very correct. I think so far that's the solution we've gotten here. So everybody's saying, I think everybody's generally agreeing that the fact that President Jonathan resigns or not, it's not going to affect
It's not going to affect it.
Yeah. But we would respect him more if he does that.
You would respect him more.
I will respect him more.
Just go ahead, don't say we. You.
I know people think like me.
And then I just want to answer you about the French assimilation. Because we go to other French colonized states and tell me that they're better than Nigeria. So don't say what you don't know.
All right, let's the French haven't even done anything in the countries that they colonized.
Oh.
Let's hit on tweets.
Oh.
From the real Fowowe, I think Boko Haram wants to make Niger ungovernable for JEG. He should do the honorable thing and step down, or someone should just kill himself. That's from the real Fowowe on Twitter. Yemi says, how can these miscreants kill innocent children and JEG is throwing a party? We are in for trouble.
I agree.
Lady Baker says, police should not be involved anymore. We need to recruit soldiers to combat this issue. Abi, is it when they storm Lagos we would wake up? Naomi Lucas says, the Nigerian state has become a football pitch with the government on one hand and people on the other hand, and it needs the community as spectators. There are lots of tweets. Jonathan Merrico says, Jonathan needs to be more proactive and serious. Boko Haram, we need to solve this problem.
Okay, let's go. We're going to go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to look further into this Boko Haram menace. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to take Adeyinka's call first. Good morning, Adeyinka. Thanks for calling. Sorry. I'm sorry, I kept in holding for a while. Sorry about that.
Mariah,
yes.
We also heard on the news that the Boko Haram guys are now wearing camouflage. They're wearing military uniform. Now, if you bring in the UN Blue Beret, who are obviously Caucasian, they're not dark people, who are wearing different...
Who
are wearing blue beret instead of our own military uniform, they will definitely be different from whatever camouflage. Exactly. So if you say that the Nigerian military should step down because we think that some of you have infiltrated, some of the Boko Haram have infiltrated the military. If you see anyone in that color from afar, you just gun them down.
It's not really infiltrate. I think what Mariah used the right word. They are sensitive, or what was the word you used? They have
sentimental.
They are sympathetic towards Boko Haram's cause. So they feel like these guys, they are fighting for a cause. When you begin to think that way, then you cannot fight it.
True.
And I think a lot of them need to be analyzed. Maybe we should first analyze all of them and see what their feeling is about Boko Haram.
Let me take Ismail's call. Good morning. We'll take some more tweets. Good morning, Ismail. Are you there?
Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Please, the issue of this Boko Haram, I've said it time without number. You see, the president himself, if your country is in crisis, there is no way you can celebrate. What is the centenary all about? You know how much centenary costs? You know how much they are spending on Nigerian centenary. Why can't they invest that money on Boko Haram? In the Nigerian army, they have to go on a training for counter-insurgency. If your Nigerian army can afford to do it here, you have to fly them abroad for proper training, how to counter-insurgency. We have not done anything about that. They are celebrating centenary. It's the centenary. They are celebrating centenary while your own children. No, it's not your children biologically, but it's our children. They are dying.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ismail.
According to what I said yesterday, they are not really affected.
Yeah.
How do you like die on this word? How do you believe on Fela's word? All of us are zombies. All of us
zombie.
Too much. That is our problem.
Thank you, Ismail. Thanks for calling. I appreciate your call. Let's see some more tweets.
Okay. What?
Okay.
No. The tweets are loading, so I wanted to wait for it.
It's unsolvable for now. That's Daniel. Akowe says the only solution to Boko Haram lies in the hands of a president. Didi says politics at the expense of people's lives. My God. Spartacus says, please tweet your phone number. Naomi Lucas says, I refuse to believe our military cannot handle Boko Haram. This is sabotage from the inside. OKK Justin, this is a national crisis, and until we see it as such, an attack from one front, little is going to happen. Udo says it's a collective effort.
I really agree with that tweet, you know, and we have to see it as one Nigeria, not just say, because it's happening in the north, it cannot happen here. It's happening, it's in Nigeria, and we one Nigeria.
My question, YK, that gentleman, the new gentleman that's the COAS, was saying that this thing will be done by April.
He said it in January, and we laughed. Yes. We scoffed because we didn't believe. We're in May now. We're moving to March.
Almost in March.
By Saturday,
maybe a miracle can happen. It's still, you have at least 4 weeks to April.
I think we should quit waiting for miracle. This is a problem that should be tackled head on. It is not a prayer matter.
Second. Let me talk to Yomi. Good morning, Yomi. I don't want to lose that call.
Good morning, madam.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, ladies. Or should I say good morning, mommy?
Ladies,
good morning.
Fine.
Not everybody's a mommy here.
Okay, no problem. Let's just go straight to the point. I think the Boko Haram people are those in the cabinet. They are the same people that are asking for the president to provide or do something, and he's not ready to do it. So they are trying to stress him with all angles. I feel we should go back to General Azazi. Why was he dead? We all know the story. I think the best thing this man should do is just resign. Just resign. Because believe me, America can die because of one person. Because of one person. And go back and pick that person. If they forget him at the war, what is this country taking us to? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Our government has failed us. I agree in resigning because you're failed in what you swore to do. That is protect citizens.
I don't think it's because he has failed. You see, that's not want us to get it right. I don't necessarily think he has failed.
Is he succeeding?
I think he's doing what he can do.
I don't agree.
What he had, because he's our commander-in-chief and he's sending the troops out there. They're doing what he can do. But the problem is that somehow these people are still gaining strength.
Let me tell you why I don't agree.
If we ask him to resign,
let me tell you why I don't agree,
simply in the interest of the people, not because he has failed.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I don't agree. You are the boss of your company. You send somebody to go and do something. They are failing at it. You have never gone there to go and see what they're doing. If my guy is coming to somewhere where I have primary assignment, I think that I will do better.
That's not going to fix it.
No, it's not going to. I'm saying that if you show enough interest by even going there, how many of those states has the president gone to go and see the carnage done? We're losing children. We're losing lives. He doesn't even go there to go and see what is happening.
I agree that he hasn't been there.
In the space of not going to all this, he can't go to the state that the crisis is taking place.
Why? He's afraid.
He's also our president. I don't want my president to go and die in Yobe State.
Excuse me.
Are you that scared?
Listen,
but your citizens are dead.
He's also my president. Yes, I don't want the citizens to die. But at the same time, he's #1 citizen of this country, and we have to worry about his protection also.
If you are the captain of the ship, you
are
the last to leave the ship, meaning that you want to save everyone else's life. That is what you swear to defend when you become the president of any country.
Excuse me, I don't agree that he shouldn't go there.
Why not? I'm not against him not going there. I'm saying he can go there, but don't let him don't make it look as if he doesn't go there, it doesn't show the interest.
It is. No. If you don't go there, you don't show interest. And school children are dying. You don't even go and see what is happening there. And you say that you have interest.
Cool down.
Can I say something? In the past week, Jonathan has been to 4 different states, some within a day, 2 states. This man can travel around to pursue its political agenda, but he cannot leave the comfort of his own Aso Rock to go and defend and show compassion.
All our leaders,
he's not doing what he should resign. He's not protecting lives and property.
All our leaders, including Jonathan, all our leaders are inside their private house and parlor saying, I condemn it. None of them, not one of them has been there. They are all just, it's bad. It's what? We cannot say, we are sitting here, we are saying it.
There's a high level.
It's bad.
Let us fly over to Yobe. I want to say it now.
I didn't swear to defend
I am afraid.
That's why I haven't taken any political party, because I know that I'm incapable. My own is to talk. If you say you are going to defend the rights of people, if you are unable to do it, resign.
All right, we have to round up. Let's take a tweet.
I am afraid. I can't lie.
Okay.
I can't go there.
Okay. The best way to defeat Boko Haram is by cutting off the funds of the sect. Please, Nigerians, wait. I think some of the so-called former military leaders are sponsors of this Boko Haram militants. Let's be true to ourselves. This Boko Haram thing is being masterminded and carried out by our government, but lives are being lost daily.
Who said that, please?
That's from Didi. Okay. We cannot afford to politicize Boko Haram fight.
All right.
APC, PDP, every political party, every leader, people are dying. Let us fight.
Somebody says that it's disrespectful of me to even say that the president should resign. What's he there for? To just be collecting salaries? If you can't do the things that you say you will do, what are you there for?
All right. Thank you, Jumoke. There are always different sides of a story. But it's crazy, and I think we're going to keep talking about it. Even Monday, by Monday, we're probably still going to talk about this.
There is a group that was in the papers that have said that they should merge with the Islamic sect and the scholars, and that they will be able to solve the problem.
Okay. We need to
round up.
So thank you, ladies. We have to close the show right now. But don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast of the show at 11:30 p.m. tonight. And as always, drive safely. Stay blessed. See you tomorrow morning. God bless you.